Hey guys, it's Shawn here again. I'm here to tell you guys about a podcast that I do with my buddy Aaron. He's the host, and I'm his co-host. I'm his Robin to his Batman, I guess. Except I look way better in tights. But go ahead and listen to our new podcast, Our Corner. We talk about a bunch of different subjects affecting all types of walks of life regarding social media, regarding pop culture, and everything in between. We might even sneak in a few countdowns in there. I don't know. You have to tune in. You're a visual.
Wait. Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to do that. Just wanted to add that there. Did you just exhale into the mic? Gross. Anyway, thank you for joining me here at Torn Reels. I'm here with what appears to be my guest, unfortunately.
Bitch. See, Andy? I can do it too.
Today we actually are covering the first two episodes of Shogun, even though my guest, I guess, didn't even watch the second episode. So what'd you think?
Why'd you move away?
Because I'm within striking range?
Okay, because the sword's over there.
It doesn't matter. You can still hit me with your fist.
No, not unneeded.
So what'd you think of it? Or the first episode, because you were responsible. Slacker. Didn't do anything. It's okay. What?
Anyway, no more silence. So, I actually really liked it. Actually, while you guys were recording your last episode, check it out. Our Corner.
Seriously.
High quality from neither of them.
None.
I actually looked it up because I heard from this before the podcast that you had a problem with the some of the historical inaccuracies.
Some of them, but the village is kind of estranged and kind of like on its own. The historical inaccuracy that I had an issue with was the fact that the Portuguese had came to Japan in 1543. So along with the conquering of a lot of the Portuguese, the way it was divided by the Anglo-Saxon and the Portuguese, they had guns by that time. So a lot of the fact that the guy comes up with samurai and they act all marveled by the guns, it's like, but you had guns. Maybe not a lot, but you had guns. I don't know. That was just a little nitpicky thing.
What I looked up is actually they had them. You're correct on that.
Yeah.
But I guess they just and that was during the 13th century. They didn't really ramp up production of firearms at all until the 16th century.
Yeah.
So they had them, but the way I read it is that it was
I mean, obviously, this guy's doing it for the story too, the storytelling purpose.
And
right.
It is a fictional historical retelling of pretty much the 1600s for the first pretty much white English settler finding as they call it the Japans.
The Japans?
They literally say it all the time, the whole time. Did you not notice that?
I didn't notice
They
that.
don't call it Japan. They call it the Japans.
The Japan?
Yes, they do it in the book as well. It's hilarious.
Them yellows.
Well, he's not that far off from that, and we can kind of get into that. What you kind of asked me what I liked. I liked that in the village, how they shot it.
Yeah.
They clearly have a blue filter on the camera, so it's you always have that almost like twilight,
yeah,
where the sun's going down in the village where it's poor. There's not enough it seems like for the peasants, there's not enough food. There's not enough anything.
But when you go to like the not the castles, but like the temples and stuff, it's vibrant red,
they literally
orange.
made it the not caricature, but like the land of the rising sun.
Yeah.
They literally did that, and you're like, oh, like because that's what you're like. Oh, okay, like I like that. I like that they cared enough to be like, hey, no,
Yeah.
like we're gonna make it blue because it's close to the water. Like we want you to have that distinction
aquatic
of
feel,
where
like
they're
stony.
at.
Yeah. Yep. Because they were like at the like what a lot of people don't realize is that with Japan, especially where they're at, they're like on the coastal, like where the kids died in the tsunami, like around there, like that's where they were. So they had to make it as tsunami-ish as possible. But
And they do. The first episode when they're trying to get to
all water. No, just kidding.
Osaka? Was it Osaka?
Yeah.
Because by the way, just so I'm very clear, I may say like some of the historical names, they're actually changed in the show and the book. So I kind of switched. Like for example, the actual guy was Tokugawa, and another his rival is Ishida. In the book and the show, it's Toranaga and Ashido. Yeah. So it like,
they switch a little things up here and there, but it's not not something to cry
if
about.
you don't know the history, you won't be distracted by it.
Yeah. If it's so much if you know the history, you're just like, what? But you kind of get it.
You have to call out the actor who plays
in which Ip Man movie? Because they're all there.
No.
They're literally all there.
Who plays John Blackthorne? Okay, his actual real life name sounds like he should be in a show like this. Like that name should be in it.
What's his name?
Cosmo Jarvis.
Oh, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. You're like fucking Jamie Foxx.
Dude, just go in a Marvel movie. What are you doing? You already have the name.
Oh, man.
When
That's fucking
John
hilarious.
Blackthorne is actually like, oh yeah, I can kind of see it. But when it's like Cosmo Jarvis, like, nah, nope.
He belongs in a lab with fucking Robert Downey Jr. I don't know. I didn't like the fact that they used the contacts for him, but I guess he's supposed to have blue eyes, so.
Yeah, in the I'm actually going through the audiobook. In the audiobook, they really point out that he has blue eyes.
Blue eyes, yeah.
Like, because they're like, is he a demon? Like, do we have to kill him?
Because they're very bright, vibrant blue eyes.
And they say, they're like, oh, like you don't look like the other, like everybody else,
like the other
like
Christians,
the Portuguese, the like the Spanish, like they're like, oh, you don't look like them. You must be evil.
Yeah.
Like that's their...
And for a lot of people who don't really know this about the Japanese culture, the reason that they associate like the blue eyes thing or like very pale to like demons and stuff is because they have a lot of urban legends of like demons and like afterlife creatures who have like... Say what? Yokai. Who have like pale skin, fucking vibrant blue eyes or like almost evil looking blue eyes. It's weird. So that's why they associate that. I liked how he challenged the Lord on the cliff with the shitty rope. And he's like, yeah, bro, do it. And the other guy's like, fine, fuck you.
I think we should set that up a little bit because the entire time he, like up until that point, he's just getting thrown around. Like
from person to person, treated like a prisoner for a while.
And everyone in the show, and like the Japanese, they're treating him like a prisoner. They're kicking him.
Yeah.
At one point, he's yelling at them. So and the guy doesn't completely understand, but he kind of gets the gist of what he's saying. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna pee on me? I'm gonna pee on you."
Yeah, I'm gonna pee on you, bro. Yeah. Bitch, fuck you.
And I do like that they, especially in this day and age, they allowed so much of like the racial hostility they would have on both sides. They wouldn't be like, oh, we're all friends. They're like, no.
Because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the racial hostility came from the Japanese. Them Jip Japs.
But it's both sides. Because
they bombed Pearl Harbor. Go fuck themselves.
Not yet.
Oh, not in there, but
see if things had gone better. But anyway, no, like how both sides are saying the same thing. If you read the subtitles of the Japanese or you speak it, like they're literally almost word for word saying the exact same thing to each other, and they don't know. They treating each other the exact same way.
The thing that I don't understand, and I never really understood, is that they make the warrior culture for Japanese like these invincible, never give up guys. They're all really cowards. Think about it. The samurai got defeated by who? Farmers. The ninja were farmers.
But
they got they got defeated by farmers.
Were ninja.
No. Samurai were samurai, not ninja. Ninja were the farmers that they got taken over in China for. Seriously, look it up. It's
I'm not looking it up right now.
The ninjas are literally farmers. That's why they have like different tools.
Yeah, no, I
that are
I
like
got that,
obviously
but a lot
farms.
of it was they were as well.
No, they weren't. They were stealthy. They were fast, but because they had a lot of heavy armor, the ninjas that were the farmers went the opposite way. So they wore a lot of like clothing and everything. So again, you have a warrior culture that was defeated by farmers, and then they're like, oh, I'd rather kill myself than be captured. It's like, I'd rather just die, just go out in a blaze of glory and shoot, or fucking stab and then die.
A lot of them would. I think it's like. But I can't really fight anymore.
But the historical retelling, it's like, oh, I can't fight anymore. I'm going to kill myself. It's like, I'm not going to fight anymore. I'm going to keep fighting until they shoot me or until they cut my head off. Like that's like that to me. That's more warrior culture. Like even the Spartans were like, yeah, I don't care if I'm being stabbed. I'll just keep going.
I think it's like an honor thing. I think they're now. I haven't seen the second episode, but at least for what I've seen and what I know, it's a lot of it is like. Oh, the second they're like, I'm done, death.
Honors blood, death, and glory on the sands.
Okay. Yeah. Talk to me when you're on that crucifix, buddy. I'm on the sands, bro. It still counts.
I'm on the sands, man. No, but they had that aspect. And then don't get me started on World War II. Like, don't get me started on World War II. You came over here to be like peace and love and gap, bro, and then brought us medals and then said, I'm just going to kill half of your naval fucking service. So we deformed your kids. I mean, that's yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell.
Like, I do really like that culture. That's one of my favorite cultures.
The penis in the head culture after the bomb? Sorry.
That was evil.
That was evil? That was evil. Not letting the fucking soldiers drown in the fucking boat. That's not evil, but the penis in the head culture, that's evil?
They're white. There
wasn't all white. There were some Hispanics.
Even better.
Some blacks, but they were on a different ship.
No. We're not doing that.
No, they had segregation in the army for a while.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by other ship, you racist.
Right. Sure you did.
I'm over here talking all this shit about Japanese people, and you're the racist.
Yeah, I'm going, hey, that's wrong. We shouldn't do that. You're like, jip jap.
I'm over here like they just need to invent another game system.
Anyway, so we're demonetized. So hey guys, hi YouTube, how you doing? No, like I really liked just
Sony. Me too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go keep going. Keep going. You liked what?
You meant like Honda.
No, Sony was made by Japanese people.
I thought Sony was anyway.
Well, I would say that Honda's a better product, but no, it is. It is a better product. It lasts. It doesn't sound like a jet after 3 times that you turned it on. Anyway,
yeah, people like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying? What was it fair?
No, like just Shogun. Like I like that with all them going back and forth, like the racism and everything. That every single person he meets that he thinks will help him sells him out right away.
Yeah, he's like, my guy.
like there's
to be fair though,
Portuguese
he is a pirate. No, he's 100% a pirate.
Yeah,
they're like, he's not a pirate. It's like no, I'm not a pirate. He's definitely a pirate. No, bro, you're definitely a pirate. You're 100% a pirate.
Yes, he is. And but that gets into the whole like to your people, you're not a pirate. You're a freedom fighter. But to everyone else, it's like you're like horrible.
You're atrocious.
And I like that. No, whether he was a pirate or not, they're gonna say he's a pirate because they want him to die because he's a godless heathen. They literally like him less than the actual like Japanese guys that don't like Christians.
Yeah,
they
like him
they
less.
allow it. They're like, whatever. We'll convert him. Oh, you're Anglican? Yeah, kill him.
Kill him now.
Like like the Spaniard, like when they're talking in the ship.
Yeah.
And Blackthorn literally is just like, okay, we're done talking, about to kill him, and he just pulls out the pistol. He's like, dude, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, you're dumb.
I know what you are. Like, you can't lie to everyone. You think the Japanese don't know either?
Yeah.
Like,
although they seem because I saw the second episode. In the second episode, he's brought him before the Lord, and they tell him, hey, draw a map of your land, and he's like, oh yeah, this is my land, blah blah blah, blah. And then this side is the Portuguese, and the lady's like, what's this? And he goes, oh, Japan. That belongs to the Portuguese. And then the Lord is like, belong? You said what, bitch?
yeah, good job.
Yeah, you said belong? Who belongs to who? And then he's like, oh yeah, the Portuguese think that they claim over your land. I don't know, man.
Yeah, see, that's smart. That's smart though. Yeah, like
He went back. He's like, I don't know, man. Like they have set up bases all over here, and he's like, bases.
it's like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna go take them. But,
yeah. I was like, dude, thank God, because he was like, he just talking shit on the Portuguese. I was like,
because this
vibes.
is Toranaga he's talking to, right?
yeah, he's talking to Tornado.
Yeah, like
The other guy, fuck, I forget his name. It's a younger guy. He's a younger guy. He wants to overthrow Toganara. I can't remember his name, but he has a conference with one of the lords who's like the Christian guy. Who's he's like one of the priest's friends. He's like a lord that was appointed by the Christians, and he's like they want to get rid of.
Is it Tekimaru?
It might be Takamaro. But anyway, they want to get rid of the other guy and Toganaro, and they're like, hey, we need to get rid of him. We need to do this. We need to do that. And then the older guy who's like all about the Christian guys, he's like, yeah, but he needs to die first. What is his name? Blackthorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackthorn needs to die first. And he's like, but fucking why? Like, who the fuck is he? And he's like, yeah, no, he needs to die. He's a godless heathen.
The cleric guy?
Yeah, the cleric guy.
Yeah.
He's like, he's a godless heathen. He insulted our god. And then the other guy has leprosy. Like, bro, you could have like put a mask. You could have shaved off the dead skin, whatever. But that guy comes up and fucking moves the curtain back. I jumped a little bit. I saw him. It's like, ah! But anyway, he moves the curtain back and he's like, he needs to die. He's a godless heathen. And then the guy looks at him and goes, I wonder if you guys would be so inclined if the fucking priests weren't sending money your fucking way. Like, I wonder if it would really fucking matter to you. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it doesn't matter, but the priests want him dead. So they're you know, stupid shit like that.
And like how it's, ironically, like they don't tell them that there's more than one like Christian religion. Like, they don't tell them anything.
They don't tell them. They told them that Portuguese is the only other country out there in the world. I was like,
I mean, like, to be fair, and that goes along with what I'm saying about like how they're all pulling the strings, like Japan's strings. They're all trying to, and of course you'd say that.
but like, I mean, in retrospect, like Portuguese, like there's countries better than Portuguese. You just said you were like German or
think
or
about
English.
it. Like
Portuguese kind of a shithole.
You would say that because you're like, hey, we want trade right now. We'll deal with this later.
But like Portugal people pooped on the streets back then. Like, come on, man. You could have picked a better country. You could have been like, look, I'm Spanish. Let's get it over with. You know what I mean?
Hey, you can't choose who finds who first.
Or he could have been like, hey, there's other countries, but they're all kind of shitty. We're like the best in a weird way.
Yeah, we own
kinda
the
are.
world except for you guys.
Yeah, you could have done that, and people would have been like, oh, there's other outsiders. But you picked a shitty country to be like, we're the only country. It's
but
like,
that's
really?
bad. That's just bad ambassadors. Like why would you tell them that? That
Their
doesn't make
hair,
sense.
bro. Their hair, the friar's hair. I couldn't get over it, bro. I was having flashbacks of you the whole time.
Why?
Because they have like the shaved and then the bald on top. Just give up, man. Let it go. I'm just kidding.
Like I and this is just like first episode. I like the uncle guy. Like I think that's who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where he's the guy that he takes one of the crew members and does something to him. I don't want to spoil it.
He does something to him.
But let's just say, ow.
Yeah.
But I like that when the older, there's an older like assistant to Toranaga, and Toranaga sends him there because he already knows about the ship and he already knows what's on it. He's not stupid.
The dude with the fucked up eye, like go around.
I think so. Yeah. The older guy.
Yeah, the older guys. Yeah,
and he shows up and he's just like, "Oh, I didn't know Toranaga knew about this," and he's like, "Of course he knows."
Duh.
And he's like, "So what do you have for me?" And he literally says, "Oh yeah, I have 20 cannon, all these and 500 guns and all this." Like he has to give him the list because he's like, "Oh, if I don't, they're going to kill me. He'll just kill me." Like
it's funny because
for lying to the Lord.
Right, exactly. For lying to the Lord
right away. There's no trial. There's no.
No, not in those places.
It's like, oh, you're a samurai. You just lied to your Lord. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead right there.
Or you know what? I won't kill you. You go kill yourself.
But the funny thing is, that guy is lying, but not to him, not to Tokunaro. He's lying to someone else. Because in the second episode, what is? Did you earthquake? I'm sorry, I moved the fucking thing.
Set.
I didn't mess up anything. Anyway, so in the second episode, he's talking about like another guy comes in. He's like, is the cleric guy? He comes in and he goes, "Oh, well, you favor this fucking treacherous heathen, blah blah blah." And he goes, and Tokunaga was like, "I don't favor him. If you want him, I can escort him to prison. I don't give a fuck." And he's like, "Yeah, do that." And he's like, "Okay, cool. Take him to prison." And they take him to prison, and Blackthorn's like, "No, fuck." He's like begging the whole time. It's fucking hilarious. And then they take him to like the prison and shit, and he's like, "Yeah, so when am I supposed to die?" He goes, "I don't know, man. It could be weeks." And like literally 2 minutes later, they're like, "Angie," and he's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "I'm not supposed to die yet." And he goes, and there's like another guy there who's like talking about like God, and he's like blessings upon him. He's like, "Wait, no, get the fuck away from me." He's like,
"Don't say that, I'm gonna die."
He's freaking out. And then they take him out to be executed. And as they're going over the mountain pass, fucking the guy with the fucked up eye, he comes out. And a bunch of bandits come out, like they rob and everybody, and then like they're like, "Oh, cool, where's our reward?" And he goes, "Yeah, here you go." Fucking stabs him in the throat and kills all the bandits. And he comes back to Tokunaga and he goes, "I don't know, man. We found him in a group of bandits, you know." And Tokunaga's like, "You're always at the right place at the right time." He goes, "I know, right? Wild." Like he's trying to like hide it that he didn't just fucking abduct this guy from the prison.
That's that he didn't just lie to his lord. Yeah.
He didn't just liberate him.
Even though he probably knows. He's just like,
and Tokunaga was like, ironic that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you're involved. But yeah, and I think that show's very well done. I thought it was, I don't like the fact that the first 2 episodes are super long. I feel like they crammed too much in. I think they should have done maybe like a 40-minute and then kind of done the other episode another 40 minutes.
I can actually like push back on that. Dude, the first like half of the book in audiobook form is 17 hours long.
Fuck
so that. I don't know what you're complaining about. It seems like they did shorten it a lot. So
they shortened it a hella.
Like
no, okay, then yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. I take back my previous comment. I just don't want them to do this show like they did with the Dune movie or with like Avatar and all.
Oh, by
stuff.
the way, disavow all his takes on Dune movie. Thank you.
Yeah, no, Dune movie's horrible. Don't watch it.
No,
horrible.
Oh, by the way, and I wanted to tell you this because it's a spoiler. I didn't want to say it like when we were doing the Dune review, but you had a problem with the tech. Like, oh, like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I didn't want to ruin it, but it's deliberate. They deliberately make their like. When you're like, oh, like it seems like they have AI, and then they don't. It's like, yeah, it's almost like they're being controlled artificially by some old witches.
Yeah, but it's like that's not so much the tech that I was talking about. It's the fact that the ship flaps. It's
no, that's part of it. They deliberately give them,
but it literally
stuff.
Wouldn't fly.
But again,
I know.
But like they do that on purpose.
On purpose,
it's literally like
an oppressive thing.
It's to keep everyone in line, so they don't so they can get their like the Kwisatz Haderach thing.
Yeah,
it's so they can do that.
Yeah,
it's all so like you had because I actually heard it on another podcast, and I was like, oh, okay, so I probably should explain this to him because this is not. It's not like, oh, it's an overlook. No, it's on purpose.
Yeah, it's on purpose. See, that's different. But again, they failed to mention that in that. Well, like in Shogun, they didn't fail to mention. To me, they didn't fail to mention a lot. Like they didn't fail to mention a good amount. They mentioned pretty much everything.
But this actually proves my point on that review is that that Dune needs to do this.
Yeah.
Not movies.
Yeah.
Do this.
Dune should have been a show, and I agree not just with you, but with our other tech producer that we had in the other place, where he said Dune should have been a show. I agree with him 100% as well. It should have been.
It'd make more sense.
It would make way more sense.
Dune needs it like this. I believe one of the directors of one of these episodes is actually, she worked on one of the Star Wars shows.
Oh God!
Where was this?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
it was Kathleen Kennedy. It's the bitchiness.
I hope so, because it's amazing what you can do when you just let the directors actually make good stuff.
Yeah. I don't want to shit on Kathleen Kennedy, but I kind of want to shit on Kathleen Kennedy. The only thing that she put down that she worked with Steven Spielberg. You got coffee for him. I could do that. And I'd probably still make better movies than you did.
Sorry, this is giant tangent. It's annoying to see when you see the same people work on a different show and you're like, oh, so it's not you.
Yeah. She's not like a giant tangent. She's more like a giant taint, but whatever. But like I think the show overall was done really well. I like the filters that they used with it, the character development, the way they made like the Japanese people look confused with a lot of his behaviors. Like when he in episode 2, they're like, "Hey, bathe him," and he's like, "Bathe more than once a week? What the fuck? Like, you want me to get sick?"
Oh, it's worse in the book.
Yeah,
it's worse in the book.
I bet.
It's like bathe like at all, because he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the flux. Like, you're gonna kill me." Like, he's freaking out, and it
reflects on our society during that time, the medieval times, where everyone thought that that's what would happen
because people are stupid,
because people are weird, because of Vatican. Fucking Vatican.
And I just like, from what I've seen, that they just allow the story to be what it is. There's none of this DI crap. There's none. It's just, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's the story.
No social justice or anything like that. It's just, hey, bro,
they let them say exactly what they would say, because they're like, I like that Blackthorn so far. Again, I'm only one episode in. He's not, how in so many of these shows go, he's not the white savior. He's not coming in, oh, these backwards people. They're
like in the movie The Last Samurai, which was based off the same fucking story. Whatever, though.
They're like, because they'll be like, oh, backwards. We're not backwards. We just don't do what you want us to do. Like,
now, Dune's backwards, but they're not.
Technically, he's right. He's an asshole, but he's right.
He's an asshole, but he's right.
Like, I just like that they just let it go. Like, I didn't feel oh, here we go, we got to get preached to. Like, I'm so sick of it. I listen to you guys you and Andy talk about your review, your, like, all the different movies you talk about, and you're always talking about that without talking about it, because you're like, man, this is really weird. And I'm like, I know why it's weird. I know why this doesn't make sense.
It's because they're trying to push an agenda that doesn't make sense anymore.
I think a lot of it is like, oh, cool, we have a story. No, you have to put females in it. Like, but there's no women in this. Okay, I guess.
Also, like, I think society has gotten confused with the fact that there's a thing with, like, I was. This is something stupid. I was looking on Instagram, and I saw one of the people I follow. Her name is Ginger Banks, and she's talking about the fact that people need awareness for this. It's like, I think there's enough awareness. I think you should just, like, do something.
I think we've gotten past the awareness part too.
I'm very aware that other shit and other people do a lot of other shit in the world. I got it. Thank you. Probably more aware than you. Just saying.
Like, you're not actually, like, cool, we're aware. Well, now that we're aware, did you actually help anybody?
Yeah. Saying it and posting it on a pink background doesn't make you fucking Jesus like people who think that they are when they drive a fucking Prius.
I do like that. I haven't seen any backlash to any of this. I haven't seen any, oh, well, you're not treating the Japanese people correctly. I'm like, no, from what I see, they're like, yeah, there's good and bad.
Yeah.
Like, with any culture. Yeah, like,
That's what gets me when people are so fucking anti-American. Oh, America has horrible shit. Japanese and Chinese culture literally killed females for like fucking decades because they could, because they wanted to. They thought it was funny. Like literally, they did. Like, if you have a problem with that, look at the POW camps from fucking World War II. They did some shit that'll make anybody's fucking straight hair curl. Seriously, and that's Japanese. That's the people that you're like, oh, humble.
Wasn't it Troop 5?
Oh, the guy from that movie, the dude that bench presses the log and he's like fucking crying and shit.
No. It's like Troop 5, like 17 or something. It's horrifying.
Horrible.
But
horrible, and
anyway.
all cultures do that. And the fact that I hear people going, oh well, we should live somewhere else. Why? So when the tide flips, they just do that shit to you? Like,
well, it's naive. It's being naive. They don't think.
Yeah.
They probably don't think it ever happened. For one. Yeah. Secondly, they probably don't think it'll ever happen to them.
Yeah. Nobody thought that. And look what happened with Hitler. I digress. Anyway.
So Shogun.
Either way, I think they portrayed the Japanese people very accurately, Portuguese people very accurately, and the Anglo-Saxon people very, very accurate.
Just first episode, I like the Spaniard because he's just like, because Blackthorn keeps talking to him and he's like, dude, I know what you did. You're like, stop. Like,
we all know what you fucking did, bro. Like
we're not playing around. We all know you're a pirate. It's okay.
Literally, the Spaniard
kill you.
The Spaniard's driving the boat, and he's like, "I'm not a pirate," and he's like, "Right, bro."
Okay.
He literally like rolls his eyes in the movie. He's like, "Okay, bro, do whatever you want." But that's it's just the way he does. The way they do shit is just. I don't know. I just thought it was funny, but that they try to hide that he's a pirate the whole time, and it's like, bro, you're a pirate. Come on. Like, let's do this. But either way, what would you? Oh, who's your favorite character besides Blackthorn? You can't do that.
I just said I like the Spaniard guy.
Oh, Spaniard guy, the bald guy.
Yeah, we just gotta talk louder while my girlfriend goes out the freaking door.
She's off screen. But no.
Sorry, guys.
I think
Smoke break.
other than Blackthorn, I think Toganaro is my favorite. Like in episode 2, they have an assassin come in, whatever. You know the story. I don't care if I spoil it to you because you know the story. But they have an assassin come in and they're going after Blackthorn. However, everyone thinks that they're going after the Lord because Blackthorn and the Lord switch rooms. So the Lord goes to stay in Blackthorn's room and he gives him the emperor thing. Because he wanted to see if there's a rat.
Oh.
He wanted to see if anybody else figured out where he was going to do that. To see if there's anybody else giving him insider information.
And they realized that
there is. Yeah. Because the assassin came in directly to his room. Or directly to Blackthorn's room.
To kill the emperor.
Yeah.
Not the emperor, but to kill
Blackthorn. Yeah.
He went to the daimyo's room to kill Blackthorn.
No. He went to Blackthorn's room thinking that Blackthorn was in there. And the daimyo was smart and he actually switched the rooms.
Oh, okay.
So he let Blackthorn stay in the daimyo. And then
I thought that they knew about the switch too. So
no,
he was like,
no. He gave the order to give him his own room and shit. And when they were there, he kind of pulled Blackthorn to the side and was like, hey, homie. Shit's about to go down.
To switch. And if you say anything, I'll just kill you.
I'll just kill you.
I love that's his just like, I'll just kill you.
Yeah, I'll just kill you.
I don't care. I just want to know what's going on. And just from the end, was it the end of the first episode? Where he's like, I'm going to, she's just straight up, he's like, I'm going to use them as pawns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's very well aware. I even think Blackthorn's aware. He's like, I'm just being used. As long as I stay alive,
I don't really care.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I love how he notices his armor. Little flash forward, Blackthorn's armor. How he's walking through the palace in episode 2, and he looks over and he goes, "Is that the Lord's armor?" And he's like, "No." He goes, "He had that armor made after having a dream of the warrior of what is it? They call him the Shogun. Is that after having a premonition of the Shogun?" And it's the armor that is supposed to be for Blackthorn. You know what I mean? It's exactly the way it is, they describe it in the book and shit. You're like, I see what you did there. It was pretty good.
That's funny. That's funny.
It's pretty dope. But
what color is it?
It's like black and gold. It's like or black and yellowish, but it has like weird inscriptions on it.
Okay.
Because I know that in the book they describe it all black. Like
No, they haven't gotten to the armor yet.
Oh, they haven't? Oh
No.
shit, my bad.
None of that. No, they
My fault. Well, in The Last Samurai they describe it as all black.
but what's it called? I think in the histories Tokugawa's armor when Toranaga becomes shogun. Sorry.
His is black and red,
No, it's
right?
white and like purple.
Who's the one that was black and oh, that was the other lord that's black and red. Never mind.
No,
Never mind.
The Ishida,
Yeah.
he has white armor when they're fighting, and then Tokugawa has like black and blue.
Yeah.
and I think, and then once he's done, he's like, "Cool, I'm going all white." Like,
But there was one in historical reference was black and red, and I can't remember his name.
oh, that's is that no? That's not Oda Nobunaga because his is black and yellow.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's
I think it's black and red. I think that's
dude, who
Takeda.
Is it Takeda?
I think that's the clan name. I don't know if it's a person.
Oh, it's a member. If it's a clan name, it's a member of the Takeda clan. But I don't know. I remember the black and red, and like it looks like it's gray underneath, like significance. But I can't remember whose it was. But
That's
you know what I'm
that's
talking
my colors.
about. Yeah, right. I dude, that white and purple.
I think it's
fresh.
white and purple.
I would love to see that shit. That would be dope. I would wear that. That'd be the freshest samurai ever. Whole 350 pounds of samurai. Anyway, I'd be like Chris Farley samurai.
The white ninja.
The white ninja. Oh, that's the ninja. That's a white ninja. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the show overall. What would you rate it out of 10? The first episode that you've seen, just from the off.
I'd give it a 9.
A 9?
I'd only 1 point off because I think they could flesh out. I understand it's the beginning, and they threw a lot of characters at you really
Off the
fast.
rip, yeah.
And judging, and I only know this because, again, I'm listening to the audiobook. I keep saying it over and over. They do the same thing, and it's even more.
Yeah.
So they pared it down for all of you. So it's a lot. It's okay. I mean, honestly, if you have trouble with like Japanese names, look up the cast. Like so you can get them, because if you look up the actual histories, you're not going to get the right names because again, they changed the names. The author of the book did, and they kept those names. So like Toranaga, again, Tokugawa, you're going to start learning stuff. And one, it'll spoil it for you, which I kind of already did. Two, you're going to be even more confused because the names are different.
Yeah.
They're not even, they're close, but.
They're different, but they're close enough to where you're like, wait.
Oh, some of
who's
them
that?
I was looking and they're not close.
Yeah.
There's like, I think there's like 3 or 4 like Yoshidas, and they're all different people. And they're all from different, like.
This is Yoshida, bitch.
We know.
like fucking like Lee. This is Lee. Lee had blonde hair yesterday. Oh, this is a different Lee. You're like, homie.
That's like the American, like, Smith.
Bob Smith, you fucking bitch.
I hate all of you.
I hate all of you for that. His name is Robert John Smith. Go fuck yourself with that white ass search on database. I think for me, I said wide and not white. Wide. I think for me, that show, I'd give it about an 8. And the reason 8 is just, for me, it's slow.
Too many white people?
No, there's one. There's literally
there's
one.
like 8.
There's literally
like
one.
8. There's like 8. His crew.
They were a pirate crew. None of them are actually white. They're all probably from Haiti. Like historically accurately, it would be.
No. They're like super white.
I'm kidding. But yeah, so like.
Oh, and in the book, they don't have any teeth because they all got scurvy. That's why they landed there.
Scurvy is a real ass thing. Scurvy is a real ass thing.
Oh, but, and they're they keep getting mad because they keep getting fed like vegetables and stuff, but they're also getting healthier, but they're still mad.
Yeah,
because they don't understand that it's literally curing them, and they don't get it.
They don't get it
because they're stupid.
It's the way the culture was back then. But the only reason I give it an 8 is because it's just the fact that it's slow. I think it's just a little too slow for me. I think it'll pick up because the second episode was a little bit more actiony. But as of right now, it's just a little bit too slow.
I think if we watched it like where they're bringing out an episode every week, I don't think you'd think it's slow. I think when you watch it kind of together, you're like, oh,
yeah, maybe
because the slower parts like you already seen, especially like a rewatch.
Yeah,
like I mean, Game of Thrones has the same problem.
That's why I avoided Game of Thrones.
And I think this. Do you think the slowness feels necessary though?
In certain shows, yes. In certain movies, yes.
Well, I'm talking Shogun. Like, for the.
Oh no, it's necessary. It's necessary.
I kind of got that because I was like, they can't just rush into stuff because you're gonna be more confused.
You'd be way lost. I'm lost, and I saw the slowness, and I was like, I'm fucking lost. So like, having that speed would have been bad, but the fact that it's
slow, or are you bored?
No, it was slow. Like when I watched,
that's a difference.
Yeah, because like Dan was trying to get me, and sorry, Dan was trying to get me into Castlevania. Castlevania was boring, like straight up boring. Like I found no interest in it.
You didn't like the first episode?
Not even the first.
All the demons coming out of the sky. And
not even.
People?
No, dude. I thought it was so fucking boring.
I thought it was
horrible.
I thought it looked like a metal album, a cover.
It did look like a metal album cover, though. It did, but like that one, and these are animes that I'm talking about, not like live action, but like that, like Castlevania, Baki, just some other shows that I've watched start off really fucking slow, and I get really bored, and I'm just like, all right, I'm not interested anymore. But Shogun was one of those ones that are like slow, but I was like, but what else is going on? Like it's slow right now, but why? What's gonna happen? And it kind of keeps you to like, what's next? You know what I mean?
I think they're now see. Some of it I don't know. I don't know how much of this has changed.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like when are they gonna have a lot of like if they're when or if they'll have a lot of action.
Yeah.
And honestly, either way, I just like that the dynamics between the people, between everybody.
I'm gonna continue watching the show. I know that they're on episode 6, so I'll probably continue watching the show. But at the same time, it's like at the same time, it's like I want to make sure that it's gonna be worth it, because if it's just worth it now, and then after like episode 3, it's like.
You're on episode 6?
No.
What'd you say?
They're on episode 6.
Oh, yes. I think episode 6 literally, I think 7, this is Saturday. I think 7 comes out tonight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We better catch up. But no, I'm saying I think that definitely is something I'm going to continue watching at first. I just want to make sure that they're going to do good with it, that they're not going to Game of Thrones it.
I want maybe 2-3 seasons and it's done.
By the way, for people who don't know, I never watch Game of Thrones. I don't watch trash TV.
See, the takes. Terrible.
It's not. Name, other than trying to get laid, what was the point of guys watching Game of Thrones? Go ahead. Exactly. Anyway, so...
no, actually, we wanted to see them fight ice zombies.
Which, how did that work out in season 8? Awesome. Thank you. So, with that being it, thank you for joining us here at Torn Reels. This has been...
I'm not saying my name.
Reverse Hairline. And this has been Sean. I'll see you guys later.
Tyler. No!
How did you drop that?
I didn't think it was open.
Go back and redo the exit.
Why? What happened?
We kind of can't.